doesn't matter. Whatever. This type of food poisoning made me shit for 3 days.
Your whole hockey team watched the OC.
Yeah. Just boys being boys, baby.
Man, what a day, huh?
What a time to do a podcast after an entire day of work, and now you're just dragging me into the room to do this.
Yeah, sorry, man. Sorry, I didn't have it in me this weekend.
You make me pretend to like you in the evening? That's insane.
Welcome to the 25th episode of Friendship Hour, which we're doing virtually this week.
We're a quarter century year old.
We're half a year old.
25 cents in the making.
Next week will be half a year old. Doesn't matter. I just was bored waiting for you to finish up work or whatever you were doing.
So you're masturbating?
Well, no, but you're close with the guess. You're pretty close with the guess. My girlfriend and I were just hanging out on the couch before, and we went on for old time's sake, revisiting teenage years. We went on.
You're gonna get a hand job?
No, we went on omegle, whatever the fuck it's called.
Omegle,
like a chat roulette type thing.
Okay, this is what to spice things up. Is that what you're?
Dude, well, obviously, you sign in and it's like don't do anything because we're monitoring the videos, right? There's people, don't do anything weird.
I want that job. I want to just monitor the videos.
Dude, we sign in. First 4 videos, it's just 4 dudes jacking off immediately.
One room together?
No, separate videos, one after another. And then,
so you got exactly what you were looking for. That's amazing.
No, well, I actually think I did it maybe once when I was like 15 or whatever. I didn't jack off, and I did go on that site once or twice just to go check it out. There was always dudes jacking off, and I thought maybe with the passing of time, things would have changed. Mm-hmm. It hasn't changed. The point is, after we saw like 4 or 5 dudes jacking off, there was like this 12-year-old like British boy. Yeah, and I was like, dude, get the fuck off this website. This is like you're not supposed to be
like
here.
A young boy.
Yeah, he was like 12 or 13. I was like, what the fuck are you doing on this website? And he goes, I'm just here trying to see titties like your girlfriend's. And we're like,
yes, I love this kid.
He had a smile on his face. I look at it, I was like, you know what, I respect you.
Dude, that guy can just whip out his penis and then you have child porn on your computer and it's over and you're done.
Thankfully, he didn't do that.
That's crazy. Did he literally say like your girlfriend? So let me see him.
Yeah. He didn't ask to see them, but he was like, I want to see your girlfriend's titties.
Dude, it's that time of year.
And we were like, we closed the chat. And
what were you looking for?
I don't know. Fuck. Just a conversation. Some like 25-year-old was like dancing around and I don't know. We're like, good job,
No, I don't know. It's literally the last thing
I honestly highly recommend you and your girlfriend go and just go yell at people for being horny. That's what
we do, but we're the ones masturbating on that. That's who we are. I guess fill up your time. You're a child.
After that, there was the last guy that made us turn it off. It lasted about 5 minutes for us to see like 9 dicks, and we're like, all right, that's fucking enough.
How did you get to 9? I don't even understand how you got to 9.
You fucking exit the chat, and you get a new guy, and that guy's jacking off too. That's how it works.
At 3, it's time to leave.
Some guy was like asking us to fuck on camera. I was like, dude, no. He's like, come on your girlfriend's face. I was like, I'm not coming on your face, dude. Shut the fuck up.
That is such a huge jump from being clothed and sitting on the couch. Like, come on her face. I'm like, we have to get there, dude. It's not like I can't just snap my fingers and do it. She's not that good.
I was laying on the couch playing on my phone, and it was like my girlfriend and just like on the floor with the dog licking her face. It was a whole other channel. It's a whole thing, dude.
That's a whole other channel, man.
Anyway, don't know why I'm airing this on public domain.
Well, yeah, so that's what you did that's what you guys are doing now as a hobby. You're joining a chat roulette channel or something like that.
I highly recommend it.
We started puzzling, so we're on the other end of the spectrum, I guess.
Yeah, you guys are. That's different.
And when puzzle, we decided we bought a puzzle. We're at 1,000 pieces, man, and I feel like a genius so far. We got the edges, got the borders in, and now you got to do the hard part, which is the center. And boy, I don't know anybody.
You've always had trouble with the middle, huh? It's just you're all periphery.
Dude, it's crazy because I thought 1,000 pieces wasn't that many. Like I thought that was
Dude.
like a pussy puzzle. Like
Yeah.
like, and I was like, I saw the 1,500 and the 2, and I was like, that's what we should. But I guess I'll get a smaller one to start.
Yeah.
We'll do we'll do it in the night. We'll bang
And
it
you know
out.
what? Yeah, we'll bang it out one night, and you know what? We'll spray it with like an adhesive and stick it on the wall
Yeah,
after.
you know the thing.
know?
You know, we can do it in a night, like other things you can do in a night, like read the Odyssey or
Yeah.
nightly one night activities. I'll find.
Yeah.
And so we're puzzlers now, and I feel a little bit smarter. We got this like the carpet thing that you kind of roll it up. So the next time
Wow,
you
to
want to use it,
preserve.
yeah. So the next time you want, no, but like
Wow.
it's like so like you don't have to keep it out
Yeah, I get it. I get
all
the point
day
of it.
long, so that people are like, you're not good at that. Like, that's wrong. And
I
that's
get it.
wrong.
I'm
Like
happy I
you-
didn't come over on Sunday then yesterday to record and to fuck up your puzzle vibes, dude.
No, again, it's folded up. It's in the corner. It's no problem.
It's in the corner.
And another thing, we got the Christmas tree going.
Good for you, man.
Got a Christmas tree. The big Jew with the big Christmas tree. I love it. It's great.
Yeah,
It's Christmas time in St. Henry. Jason's in the kitchen cooking collard greens.
what the fuck is that? What are you saying?
That's like the only Christmas song I know. I think it's by Run DMC or another group of urban men. And
Speaking of which, are you wearing a do-rag right now? I hope
is-
everyone's watching on YouTube because Oren looks like he's wearing a fucking do-rag.
yeah, that's what
Also,
Jason
he
would
looks
think.
like he's at the American Jewish College of Jews.
Yeah,
He's
I
in a
did have
classroom setting on his Zoom.
I did have a better suited background that I didn't get a chance
I'm
to change.
repping the FHP, baby. I'm repping. Now it's just nothing. I don't see anything. It's
Much
gone.
better. Choose the virtual bag. This is much more suiting to us.
Just a smiley face.
Yeah, because that's what we do here, right?
We joke around, baby.
Yeah, I should change the logo to this because it's very suited that people understand. Maybe there should be like a little tear in one of the eyes just to really,
Yeah.
I think that's the way to do it.
I saw a man pissing last week
Okay.
in the middle of the day.
You have a mirror in your bathroom. That's
Yeah.
cool.
No, I was walking the dog, and this cab driver was. Well, it happened. You know, I keep talking about that school that's now like housing on our block. That old high school that's now like. a
Oh yeah, you were
community
super
center.
disappointed when you heard that. Yeah, I remember that.
Anyway, okay, because okay. So you're trying to say I get it. I get it. No, point is that like there's like it's like a half student housing, half like old people home, and then there's like this little platform for like the people who work at the old folks home to like smoke. It's like raised a foot and a half off the ground, but like it's off of like past it an alleyway. So there's like an alley for this guy to piss in, but he decided to go on the platform that's on the street side and piss off the platform onto the alleyway, which is in plain view of anyone walking by. And so I did a double take. I looked at him, then I looked at him again while he was pissing. We locked eyes, and when he finished pissing, he walks into the street with his arms in the air, like, "I can't fucking piss anywhere in this city." It was just a cab driver who had to piss real bad.
And he was from New York, he was because he drove all the way from New York, and he didn't pee the whole way.
You can't fucking piss anywhere.
Yeah,
over
he was
here."
in a yellow cab too. Yeah. So,
You know what? It was actually it was one of these. It was a handicap van for like wheelchairs and stuff.
yeah.
I
I started taking pictures of like because I live there's like an alley in my
Taking pictures of.
People pissing in the alley in my backyard.
And are you going to be printing them out? And that's worse than what I did before on the chat roulette or whatever. Fuck.
Personal use, no personal.
Yeah, personally.
Use. No, I was gonna post them on that St. Henry group and be like, these are the
Right.
culprits that are making me, that are
And Photoshop
mark.
the sushi restaurant owner's face on all of them.
damn that man to hell. We don't bring him up anymore on the podcast.
We just ordered sushi for dinner, and we did not order from that restaurant just
There
because
you
you
go.
guys.
I appreciate it. We appreciate it. We appreciate you shutting a hardworking small business owner down.
Vietnamese man who's culturally appropriating sushi.
I guess he's allowed because he looks like them, kind of. Like, if you don't know what you know what I mean. I don't know, something like that.
I don't know. I guess it's along the same vein of like every pizza place in Montreal being owned by a Greek man or a Lebanese man. You know.
True. It's exactly like that. And then all these Greek guys switching their businesses from Greek food to American breakfasts because that's what sells best.
I guess, eh?
Yeah, remember there's that place that you guys always went to. That's
Yeah,
like
I fucking love that Greek diner, man. That was the best breakfast in the city. $11, you get everything.
See,
free
you always
coffee.
have to really make sure it's clear that it is.
Yeah, it's
really
$11.
for the price.
Yes.
It is very good.
And also, they just let us stay there for 4 hours. It was great.
Sure. There used to be a place across, like when we used to go to the Thames in Montreal. If you're from another country who just
What's
downloaded
Tam-Tams? What's Tam-Tams?
Tam Tams is like is a gathering of hippies that happens.
Of patchouli-soaked people.
Yeah, and
Everyone who, it's like, you know those car air fresheners? It's like that, but if a person was dangling from your rearview mirror, smelled like
Yeah.
patchouli.
it just smells like patchouli and tea tree. It's really
Yeah.
hard to manage.
It's fucking rough.
And they sell all their awful crafts and play devil sticks and it's hacky
Play the bongos
and
and
47-year-old
weed.
men playing hacky sack.
Yeah.
And
It's on the mountain in the city on Mount Royal every Sunday.
which is actually a volcano that is sleeping. So
It's
we
a
don't
dormant
know.
volcano, like Pompeii, baby.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll talk about Pompeii again in a second after.
Dante's Peak 2, Montreal. No longer at Dante's Peak.
Is Dante's Peak Pompeii?
No, Dante's Peak was there was a time in the 90s where I think it was in the 90s when the movie Dante's Peak and the movie Volcano came out at the same time. And they were both
I was
about-
thinking of Dante's Inferno, and I thought the book was about Pompeii, the volcano, but it's not. It's about hell. Doesn't matter. Keep going. What's your story?
Dude, just while we're talking about Pompeii, it is hilarious that a bunch of people got caught like just fucking like on this.
That was the thing. That was one of my first bits in stand-up. I want to talk about it.
Oh,
One of my first bits was like the whole like idea that like, because like the number one relic that they found at Pompeii was dildos.
yeah,
You
yeah.
can look it up. It's just like dildos everywhere,
Yeah, lots
and
of
it's like all these archaeologists are like, it was a very horny city. People just want to suck and fuck, you know.
it's just
But
the
I was
best.
like,
Yeah.
my point was like, what if it was just like the one day where it was like the dildo convention was in town, you know, like all the manufacturers from across the lands all showed up.
Yeah, it was a trade
Yeah.
show for dildos that just
A trade
happened
show
to
for
stop in
dildo,
that day.
exactly.
Yeah,
People were getting samples or pussy fucking flashlights, whatever the fuck they're called, pussy
Yeah.
pocket
It's a
pussy.
traveling trade show. We went to every city. We just
Yeah.
happened to have been at that
They
city.
were in Pompeii in that day and just they're fucked up. It was like Jesus' brother Marcus Christ, you know. You don't talk about him in the Bible, but he's just a fucking dildo salesman.
Yeah,
right up to the.
Yeah, they're made out of concrete. You got to sand them good. Make sure you sand them good. The wood one's got to be sanded well as well.
Yeah.
Sanded well as well.
Yeah, just a dildo splinter. Yeah.
It is funny because it is like this, like it's like a bunch of people I feel having sex behind a curtain, and then that curtain just being revealed for all these people at one time, and then just like
Yeah.
frozen. It's just it's hilarious that it's the most well preserved like thing in the world, and it's just like people like in fuck position, like dying in the middle of fuck position, very scared, but like they're all having sex. It's great. Pompeii for the win, man.
It's like,
When
what's
was
that-
like is that
what's
before
that noise?
Caesar
But
time?
eh?
Is that before Caesar time?
I don't know. Probably around the same. I don't know. I think like the Roman Empire was like fucking
Forever.
long.
Yeah, fair enough.
Pompeii explosion was 79 after Jesus.
After
So
Jesus.
that's what you get, Italians, and that's what you get for killing our boy JC.
79 years later. Yeah, so it was
Well,
after Caesar.
After Caesar, but a couple of the disciples could have been still around, you know, like an 80-year-old Judas being like, I didn't fucking do it.
This is boring as hell, but maybe you know the answer because I could probably Google it too. But I remember hearing that like Caesar pretty much like cemented Christ as Christianity as the religion to go to. Like he could have.
Oh, I don't know.
He could have like cemented anything, and it was you don't know. Okay, boring. Who cares? Anyways, yes. So every Sunday in the summer months, every loser, and not just loser, but we like to just say the losers, like go to the mountain, to this dead volcano, and just chill around and smoke weed and drink beers, and don't get bothered too much by the police. And it's very
it's kind of like Baltimore season, The Wire season 3 or 4, whenever drugs are legal there.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
like Amsterdam.
Kind of vibe. We never really understood because you could still kind of hide it when the cadets walk by, but there are no cops. It's all cadets walking around.
Which are like cop interns, I guess.
Yeah, it's funny because they just wear like polo T-shirts that say like cadet.
We're
please."
almost police.
Yeah, almost. We're getting there.
Well,
Please
I'll
be
write you a
supportive.
ticket in 4 years.
Yeah. And then blah blah blah. That had something to do with something I was talking about, but God knows what that was. At this point.
Across from Nika's breakfast place, you used to go.
Oh, there was this place. Oh, fuck yes. There was this place called Dusty's. It was a little breakfast joint, and the breakfasts were like, I swear to God, it was like $3.50, and you got like 2 eggs, bacon, and like unlimited potatoes and a coffee. Like it was
That
it
is.
was absolutely insane. We used to go there so hungover and just wolf down that place. That it closed now, but
Yeah, I know because I lived 3 blocks from there, and like up until a year ago, and I would have been there every fucking day.
man,
Dusty's.
what a fucking deal Dusty's was. It was
I can't
probably
believe it was
pretty.
like what
It's just like I love also that name, like Dusty's.
classic, dude.
Like
That's a
don't like
sick place.
it's also like not a name you really technically want to call a restaurant because it's almost being like very dirty's restaurant.
Rusty Dick's Food Emporium.
Come down to Pussy Pimple.
Come on down to Dirty Forks and Shitty Knives
Exactly. Come
Eatery.
down to not sure really how to cook. We'll feed you well.
Come on down to sure the spatula's got a gray hair or two on it. Doesn't mean nothing.
Yeah. Dude, you know what? I want to I need to give a shout out to this YouTube channel that has kept me that is so good. And you like
Why?
you like crime
Friendship
shit, right?
Hour. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Imagine just an hour of
I've been watching the videos over again, and they're really pulling through some rough times. I'd really like to shout out ourselves.
So I'm got obsessed with this channel. It's called fuck. I was looking for it and I forgot to. And that's me also. I don't save any of the channels I listen to. That's how supportive I am. As I yell at you guys to subscribe, I'm like, you guys subscribe.
You're just as bad.
Yeah. But it's like it shows a lot of interrogation videos. Like that's its main thing, analyzing videos. And boy, did I watch some fucking hours of some psychos. And it is fun as shit.
Yeah, well, that's why I like Mindhunter a lot, man. Mindhunter is just like scene for scene, like recreations of interviews with like the world's fucking worst serial killers.
Yeah, I think it's a little overproduced. Like, is my only thing about that show.
I was talking to a friend of ours, Sarag, who said that he read that like David Fincher was out because Netflix won't fund like if he needs to film a scene in Kansas City, he goes to Kansas City or some shit. Like it's fucking insane. Just use a green screen, dude. Like anyways, I love it.
They gave him. I think he's like on an exclusive deal with them now. Like if he makes anything else, it's coming on Netflix and that's it.
Whatever.
Because they let him make a dream project. I think like a movie that probably no one wants to see is that black and white movie Monk, I think it's called, or something like that. He just put out on Netflix. You don't even know about it, and it's Fincher's newest movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I love him too. I would consider him probably one of my top 5, favorite dudes.
Yeah, I think it's got Orson Welles or something. I don't know.
It's like the making of Citizen Kane or something.
Yes,
like, I'm never gonna watch that.
Exactly. That's what I mean. I'm like
black and white. Ugh.
He's so
the
good.
only reason why I watched Schindler's List was because that little girl had that red coat on. That's the only reason.
They pumped in some color just to keep the Gentiles entertained. So this channel is called JCS. I don't know what it stands for, but it's called JCS-Criminal Psychology. And
just
this
crime stuff -criminal psychology.
Just crime stuff is not bad. That was quick, Jason. Jason's
selling
Jason's selling
sanatorium
sex with men. Jason's selling sex with men. I'm pretty sure is what it stands for. Criminal psychology, and like they go through. It's just really fun watching someone lie their face off. There's something about someone who's in trouble trying to backpedal, or people who are like trying to paint it like they didn't even know they would be in trouble right now. Yeah. There's one video of a woman who killed her ex-boyfriend's wife. Okay,
a woman who killed her ex-boyfriend's wife. Okay,
she was a cop. She's just started on the force. 2 years in, she breaks into the house, shoots her 3 times, and beats her face in even after she's dead. Okay, leaves, never caught for 40 years or something like that. Then DNA comes around. I love how the one day like 100 million murders were like they announced the invention, like that they figured out how DNA works, and there was like millions of people going, "Oh no, this is not good. Better get that other passport in check." Anyway, so this woman 40 years, still on the force. She's working like she's like in art crimes department.
Sorry,
And
what? Arts crimes? Like
yeah,
heists?
yeah. I
Like
guess
she's
like
going
that's
after Robert De Niro and fucking.
But no,
What's
it's
that
really
movie with Fat Brando? The like last Brando movie before he like just died.
yeah. When it's probably really she goes into like what's it called like like souvenir shops, and like you can't use that Mona Lisa. That's actually you're not legally allowed.
No, every single day of her job is just some guy going, we're not so different, you and I.
Yeah, just putting together crews.
Yeah.
Like that's her entire job.
She's like, I know, you're about to retire. It's your last one. But you still can't fucking do it, dude. You can't do it.
Yeah, you're chasing the rush. We know it. So she's so like the turns out she bit the woman also while she was beating her up, and
right
so
on
they
the pussy.
and they got DNA, and then like these cops like California was in a good time where the crimes weren't so bad, so they need to figure
Right.
something to do.
Got it
And like
back.
literally the interview, the guy was like, the chief didn't want us sitting on our ass, you know what I mean? So we had to pick up some old cases. So they picked up this one, and like they see that like she was the ex, and like it seems almost like completely obvious that she's most likely guilty. They track her down for a minute, grab like a cup she discards, check the DNA.
I thought they're like, hey, Carol, can you spit on my face for a second,
Exactly.
just for fun,
just for fun, just for
old time's sake.
Yeah, they take the DNA, they test it, it's a match. So they just go up to her while she's at work and like, you mind coming with us just like into the interrogation room? We just wanted to ask you, maybe you have knowledge about some case you can help us out with some art crime dead. There's a dead art piece.
Right.
There's an art piece dead.
There's an art piece that's
why homicide is here, and we need to talk to you. And they bring her into the room, and at first she's completely oblivious to what this may be about. She's literally just sitting there innocent, like not even thinking this about the person I killed 40 years ago. Like she's just not even thinking about it.
She's like, I fucking I got away with that shit. There's no way they're gonna catch me fucking coppers. All right.
It's over. And they start to talk to her about it, and she is literally when she is trying to convince them that the whole time she's like
Who, me?
Murder? I would. I didn't even. Who? And I'm like, did you know her? She's like, what? No. Did I know? And her eyes, her eyebrows are like on a fucking roller coaster. It is the funniest example of someone getting caught in a moment that it's hilarious to watch.
Send it to me.
I'll send it to you. And there's also there's this awful case of Christy Mack, the porn star. Do you know that?
Yeah, is she alive?
Yeah, she's alive, but right. She
got beat up by a UFC boyfriend. Is that what you're talking about?
Yes, by a UFC boyfriend. His version of that, he does like a half an hour take on it, shows all the interviews from the court and all that stuff.
Right.
It's so well done. This guy should be hired by Netflix. Anyways, the point is that in that they start showing clips of that TV show that the guy was on. You know, UFC had that reality TV
they
show.
had the house thing, right? Like I never watched that shit.
Well, I mean, how funny is it? Because I didn't really think about it, but it's like really just any reality TV show. But at the end, they get to kick the shit out of each other.
It's funny because I'm watching. Well, my girlfriend's watching. I'm also kind of watching a show that your girlfriend told us about called "Are You the One?" Where it's like these 20 couples who have to like pair up.
I can answer that question in one episode. No, you're not. You're not.
But point is that like the first season there's not that much like violence or anything, but after that the last couple seasons like there's always a wall being punched, and I would love it if these two guys, instead of like fake fucking posturing where they go eyebrow to eyebrow and fake like they're about to kick each other's asses, if they could actually just like go to the top of a volcano in Hawaii, just like with those jousting sticks, and just like first one who knocks the other off the bridge, fucking the suspension bridge dies.
Absolutely.
A horrible volcano death.
Yeah, and they would consider that a death with honor also, so that's okay. You know? They're like, now this tribal tattoo makes sense. Like, finally, there's a reason that I got this. Like, anyway, so there's a scene of this guy with a mohawk, and they're also steroided up. Like they don't like their emotions are all over the place. They have no idea what's going on, and he's just like so angry but crying. And this other guy's like, and they're like headbutting each other, like but like in an emotional way, kind of, but also fighting.
What does that mean?
I don't know. You have to see it to understand. I'm gonna send it like, and then like this guy who's so angry, he's just like, "Let me bang, bro," and the other guy's like, "I'm gonna let you bang, bro." And he's like, "Let me bang, bro." He's like, "I'm gonna let you bang, bro."
Fight?
I don't know. And by the end of it, he's literally like, "Let me Bro, it's so crazy, man.
These guys are like three emotions like you had between the ages of like 11 and 14, where you were just like all horny and like and just sad and angry and happy. That's all you could feel.
Oh my god,
It's
man.
just their extended life is like that.
It's just
It's
immediate.
insane.
Yeah, they don't have any ranges.
Not that I just want to say I have no problem with anyone who partakes in MMA.
I'll kick
That's
your
I
ass.
please don't kick my ass on site.
I could beat you. I could beat you up, man. They're scary.
Okay,
ass
kick Oren's
motherfuckers.
ass.
So scary. Anyways,
Yeah,
so
like
if
a cauliflower ear is like might as well just be like a clipped ear on a dog, you know, like just a
Yeah.
sign from the SPCA that the fucking dog is just not friendly to humans.
I love how they just have to walk around like that forever. I love how like that happens to you. You're like, oh, that's my ear now.
Yeah, there's no turning back, right? The cauliflower, you can't cauliflower an ear.
No, also, but it's kind of like
Maybe if
hockey.
you
It's like you don't get your teeth kind of permanently fixed because they're probably going to get hit again. You know what I mean?
Right,
You're like,
right.
you kind of just wait until.
Maybe if you like stick it on a like you just like stick it on a frying pan and it just like pops back in. you
Yeah.
know, like a popcorn kernel.
Yeah. That's creepy. Anyways, yeah, that kept me super entertained. JCS Criminal Psychology. It is so fucking entertaining, man. This
Okay.
guy he's just like no fluff. Like it's boring as fuck. Sometimes you're just like watching hours and hours of interrogation, and he zooms through it a little bit. It's kind of something you have to be watching near your computer so you could kind of mouse it a little bit. It's
Right.
But man, is it good?
That's good stuff.
Yeah, and the last thing I was watching that was so good, Jason, is what's it called? The documentary on Heaven's Gate. Do you know about Heaven's Gate?
No, what's Heaven's Gate?
Dude, Heaven's Gate, man. So Heaven's Gate's
Why are
one
you
of those.
talking about it like it's a secret club that you're part of?
It is a secret club, but I am a part of it actually. And my vessel, we're gonna join it. I think that's the right move. Is we turn this podcast into a Heaven's Gate podcast. Okay, so I'll explain to you what it is. But from now on, I think I wrote down. Yeah, your name is Jasadi. Okay. And my name is
Am I
Orati.
Jewish?
No.
What is that?
These are so it's all about this cult, man. This like cult that kind of believed in aliens, and they all killed themselves.
I'm in.
Even better, best
I'm
part.
in even
Now
more.
I'm definitely in. Yeah, exactly. And they all killed themselves because they followed their leader, and it's very different than Jonestown because like Jonestown, you know Jonestown, right?
Yes.
The Kool-Aid.
Yeah,
They kind of like
knows?
all killed themselves after like everything went wrong, and like the leader guy knew he was fucked, and they were gonna kill them
Jones.
all. Yeah,
Yeah.
Mr. Jones.
Mr. Jones, yeah. Of
Wake
Counting
up.
Crows fame.
Yeah, exactly.
Down in New Amsterdam.
Yeah, and everybody wants to be like that, you know. So
Yeah, okay.
so they're like things went wrong there, and he kind of just convinced everybody like a bit more evil. Well, I actually believe this cult leader kind of believed the shit that he was preaching, which was
Okay.
this idea that we're all like our spirit is in our body, but our body is just a vessel, okay, and we have to ascend to a higher level to get out of this, to like go to the next level instead of being heaven, which I think is much more like palatable. He kind of goes with the aliens. He's like, we're gonna turn into aliens and we're gonna go into a spaceship and
Isn't
we're
that
gonna.
Scientology?
No, I think Scientology is a bit different. Like, I don't think it is similar that you have different vessels. I think is kind of
Right.
He
So
does
he took
talk
some of, he
about
said
it.
it took a little bit of everything, this
Yeah.
guy. You know, he's
Yeah,
a
a
real
little bit-
artist, you know,
yeah.
a little Tarantino of the cults.
But what's crazy is that these guys, for like they have to like take away all of the vessel's temptations. You know, like that's the number one thing you do. And what happened?
Everybody jerk off.
Yeah, exactly. No, but they can't jerk off. The leader
Ah.
of the thing was fired from being a teacher because he had sex with one of his male students, like a 13-year-old male student.
Right.
And then he was fired. And I guess he was so freaked out by the fact that he was gay that he like had to create this whole thing. Like he got himself not even chemically, like physically neutered.
No.
Yeah, and about 8 other guys in the cult also got themselves physically neutered. He didn't
Dude.
make anyone do it. He didn't make anybody do anything. Everybody was like, it's crazy.
What you're saying is making so much sense, dude.
That's exactly it. And,
That's- yeah,
he just
that's so
catches that like he just managed to talk to so many people, get so many people to listen within the veins, I think, of Christianity, because that's kind of I think how he built the idea of it. That when they came to listen, and then they'd be like, you know what? The one guy that was in that whole thing was like, that guy. That
You know what's
guy's talking
crazy?
to me.
is that in another universe, that guy's just like a really successful Mercedes dealership salesman.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
it's just a different path in life, and he would have been fine.
100%.
Just
It's
pulling in
crazy.
like $500,000 a year and fucking
It's
just
nuts.
selling.
So obviously you had to get rid of the vessel's name, right? So they would give everybody their own names.
What's
but-
mine again?
So everybody's name just end in Odie, like ODY. So then like I figured we'd just take the
Jasodi.
beginning, Jasodi and Orodi. Orodi sounds like things aren't going well for me. Like
Yeah,
I'm
I
eroding.
already.
I already told you. I already told you.
AJ, get the fuck over here.
And the leaders called themselves T and Doe, like after like the musical symbols, you know, T and Doe.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
And it's-
Facility. Yeah.
Yeah, and so the whole idea was that you had to ascend, but like you have to go with you had to do something to your own body to go to the next level. But then one of the leaders died, and they had to rewrite all the rules because it really screwed up the belief system.
Right.
Because she wasn't supposed to be able to die. You know, that was in
Right.
the rules too. So they had to rewrite all the rules real quick. But what's crazy is that they actually videotaped, like almost like a lot of the members videotaped like a last confession before they all killed themselves. And it is crazy how happy these people are and how excited they
To
are
just die.
because they don't think they're dying. They literally think they're going somewhere else. Like they think you poor idiot that like they're like, look, we know what you guys think, that we're crazy for trying to kill ourselves.
Yeah. But listen. What if? But also, like, I just don't get like how these
Well-
fucking things pop up, man. Where it's like it's been around for 5 years or like 8, even like Mormonism, which has been like 80 years or like 150 years, or whatever the fuck it is.
Right.
It's like, how is that the answer? How have we been like living through?
Yeah,
Just
this guy's pretty smart because he's like looks at you and he's like, he tells you that he knows you from a past life. Like we know each other from history, right?
Right.
And like he just catches the people that kind of weirdly love the idea that they have a connection to somebody elsewhere. And he'll be like, do you feel like you've known me before? Like, do I seem slightly familiar to you without you being able to place why? And like, you know, tons of people are like, yeah, you know what? Yeah,
You know, now that you mention it,
yeah. Because you have the same haircut as
In the past life, we were the guys who, for the first guys to figure out that if you sat like this on each other's laps, you could shit at the same time between each other's legs. That was us.
Yeah. Every time I see you, my butt hurts a little bit.
Yeah.
So I feel like I got a muscle memory from you. I don't know what it is.
That's a guy who's so dumb. That's what he thinks muscle memory is.
me, literally me.
Yeah, my asshole hurts. I must have taken a lot of shits 150 years ago.
It's so funny, man. And then I'm pretty sure this is from that documentary, but I can't say it. I looked it up because I think HBO is like releasing a documentary on it soon. That's going to be a very well made one. But I watched
Right.
kind of like a cheaper one online, and then I saw that they actually have all the videos of the interviews just available to watch, not edited by somebody with a narrator. Just literally watching these people like tell their story, and like all of them look a little bit not all there, you know what I mean? But the ones that are, it's really amazing how dumb they think everybody else is. Like it's hilarious to them that you're worried.
I can relate. I can
can't believe
relate
you're
with that.
worried about like me dying. You idiot.
Yeah,
You
I
damn
get
right.
it, dude.
Like who will be laughing when I'm eating endless pizza in the UFO in the sky?
You know we
So-
have that here, right? You just get like, just go to Olive Garden.
Yeah, and one guy started talking like randomly about how he like knew that like how he was really interested in magic, and he's okay. So there's aliens is a big part of this, right? So this one guy he's interviewing, he's talking about it, and he's somehow equating little people with aliens, which I kind of understand, okay? But he keeps on going. Ever since I was young,
They're
I was
small. It's easy for them to travel through space.
yeah, exactly. They're aerodynamic like that. So he keeps on talking about like how he was obsessed with the magic of little people when he was younger,
How many did you know?
Yeah, like, but he was saying like Santa's elves and like and things like that. And then he goes, and I was
Oompa
always
Loompas,
and then he
and
makes
you
the
know,
the best line ever. He goes, I've always wanted to go to I've always wanted to go to Ireland to learn the truth about little people.
leprechauns. You fucking yeah.
He's gonna get there and get so disappointed. He's gonna get to Ireland. He's gonna think it's like the Lollipop Guild or something like that over there. He's gonna be like,
It's just a bunch of people with cirrhosis of the liver. That's all it is. It's not.
dude, the truth about the little people is the funniest shit I've
That's
ever
so
heard
funny.
in my life, man. Really, really funny. I think it's hilarious that there are real people who think the little people have magical powers. Like that is like I know that there are people who think like Jews have horn. Like that's why I wear this hat because I'm covering my horns.
Yeah,
and,
you
like,
got horns, bitch.
yeah, and my bad skin means that I'm a reptile person, and it's just
Well, I believe it.
it's possible. You've seen it, so it's possible.
Yeah, I've seen it. The only thing is that you're not good with money.
Yeah, that's true.
That's
So
the
I fall
only
off
thing.
right away. Yeah,
Or
this
so
is
maybe I don't know. I haven't seen.
This is Fiji water at
This is
home, so
Fiji.
yeah, I'm not great with money.
Or you're great with it. I haven't seen your Bitcoin bank account or the fuck.
No,
Maybe you were
Bitcoins.
smart.
No, it's going up right now. Eh? Bitcoin's hard.
I heard it's at. I heard it's high.
It's at $1 million zillion dollars.
Yeah, I just whatever. I wonder all the people that I remember talking about it like 3-4 years ago who had like a lot of money in it. I wonder if they stuck around or if they all cashed out.
The best part is at the bottom line, it doesn't make sense, but no one wants to just accept that. Everyone's just like, no.
Yeah, I know. It's
Don't worry about it. Don't worry. It's
whatever.
completely. It's
you know what though? If I'm being honest with you, the stock market doesn't make any fucking sense to me either. But you know what?
fact. Absolutely true. No, you're absolutely
It makes
right.
no fucking
You're
sense,
absolutely
dude.
right.
I have a little money in it, and like I saw early this morning that they had more vaccine news, and like last week the vaccine news made my shit go up. So I was like, hell yeah, we're going out for a ride today.
He's talking
And
about
just
his dick.
crashed. Just my
He's
money
talking
just
about his
crashed.
dick, by the way.
Yeah, I get very horny when I see 94% effective vaccine.
Yeah, it goes up and down. You have no idea because it's all
Exactly.
long-term stuff. If you're looking for short-term gains, like you have to play like weird.
Oh, I can't fucking do that shit. Those people are fucking insane. People who day trade and shit.
Sell, buy, sell, portfolio, sell high, portfolio high, low.
I don't get it, man.
I just want to walk around a public space saying those words so people think I'm important.
Buy, yeah. 2 Bluetooths.
Yeah,
A
exactly.
walkie-talkie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
two
Buy,
Bluetooth,
sell.
two Bluetooth, just headphones at that point. You're just like,
Yeah.
yeah, very funny. The Heaven's Gate, man, you should check that out. I guess I bet you I really went into it too early, and the documentary is gonna be amazing. It's probably better.
Exactly. And either that or you're gonna know more than the doc is saying. And
Gonna be on the inside.
but you know what? We had we also had like an alien cult here in Quebec too.
Yeah?
I think the guy's name was Raoul.
Alien name? That's a different kind of alien, Jason. You're thinking of a different kind of alien. You're thinking about an illegal alien, and that's Raoul is crossed the border wrong. That doesn't make him an alien cult.
Fuck no, Rael.
That's better. That's a little
Rael.
bit-
Dude, holy fuck, how do I do this? 1 second. Just keep talking for a minute. I'm gonna try to make this my
okay.
my
Well, because they also believed the Heaven's Gate people also believed in like they loved Star Trek, and they pretty much thought they were going to the Starship Enterprise. Like they thought they were going to go live on the Starship Enterprise. And when I guess that would be with the second generation crew, because that just makes sense.
Do you see
Holy
my
shit!
background right now?
That is the most confusing image I've ever seen in my life.
If you can't see my background right now,
We're gonna get flagged on YouTube. For sure.
The logo for the Rael aliens, the Quebec alien cult, who I think the cult was just that they all fucked Rael. It's a mix between a swastika.
It's a mix between my tattoo and Jason's tattoo.
The logo is a mix between a swastika and the Star of David, like just the unholy combination that no one asked for.
It is hilarious. It literally is the center is the swastika, and
The
then
middle
around
of it.
Wow.
Unbelievable. I'm
That
going
is
to change my
hilarious.
background because
Yeah.
there's no way I can have this on for more than a minute before getting
That's
it.
the Leave it to the French Canadians to come up with something like that. I remember the first time I was watching Star Trek, and the main guy when I heard the name Jean-Luc Picard, I was like, that name does not fit this guy's face at all. Like you imagine if it was a French Canadian fucking. He was like Capitain's log. Hey.
Was he? It's actually French from France, the Rail people, and they came here after. But Jean-Luc Picard, was he French Canadian or French from France?
No, he must have been French from France in the show, and just like his generation behind him. But I would have loved if there was a hard francophone accent on the main captain on Starship Enterprise.
Yeah, so we're gonna fucking.
Captain's log.
Hey, can we set the phaser to stun, please? beam him up. He like it too hard when he beam.
Yeah, beam him up, Pierre Luc. Yeah,
Fucking-
so stupid, man. That's also the name of Thierry. Thierry, you know that's a pure French Canadian name. Right?
Thierry?
Yeah.
No, Thierry's also French from France, dude.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
What a
Thierry
weird
Henry is like a French soccer player.
Such a strange
Thierry,
name. Thierry. Thierry.
dude, you're named Oren. Come on, dude.
Yeah, I started watching.
You
I didn't
sound-
finish it, but I
Oren's.
started watching. Yeah.
I was gonna say it sounds like you summon the Dark Lord on your off days. You know what I mean? Like Oren's like, and I have a pet snake named Damien,
It's so
and
bad, is it?
I'm teaching my crow how to speak.
It's funny you say that because I'm so cool. I always thought that I bring the impression of what Oren is. So from now, like after someone meets somebody like me, they're like, Oren sounds like a really chill, cool, sexy, lot of sexual stamina kind of guy. You know?
To me, because it sounds like the word omen a little bit. I think so. There's like an ominous tone to it. You know?
Right. Well, backwards, Nero, and Nero is a pretty in Roman mythology, or I think in actual history, he's like a very, very bad person. I actually
Yeah,
was
I'm not
meaning
sure
to
if
do some
Nero is a real
research.
person.
I'm not sure either. Actually, I'm not. They could be either one.
Yeah, he was an emperor. Dude,
was.
how great is it to have your laptop in front of
Yeah,
you? Just
exactly, yeah.
virtual fucking.
It's
we
more
could just
fun when we
talk-
could just be idiots about things and
Yeah.
like pretend like we,
I'd be like,
we don't
no,
have no clue.
actually, Nero was the emperor from 54 to 68 AD, and he was infamous for tyranny and extravagance and debauchery. Nero,
Yeah.
fuck, dude. That's what that means.
Nero
Tyranny,
fucks.
extravagance, and debauchery. That's let's get some wine and rub my feet, you fucking peasants.
Fuck yeah, feed me those grapes. Like I feel like I want to just hire someone to feed me grapes, even though I don't want grapes. I don't even like grapes that much. But it just seems like someone has to have a giant leaf to fan me with, and someone else
Yeah.
needs to feed me grapes.
What's that leaf called? Is that palm?
What's a palm? I don't know.
Palm
Fig
leaf?
leaf is the one that covers your dick.
Hell yeah. Not me, dude. I need a cantaloupe leaf. I need a fucking. What's the biggest leaf?
Yeah, dude. I like how you went cantaloupe leaf. Like that's what you think. It's a big fruit. It's got to have a big leaf.
Well, it's not gonna have a small leaf, right? I don't know. It's like
Yeah.
watermelon.
That's fucking funny as shit, man. Okay, that's all I got.
I can close the Nero tab on my thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I don't know.
I don't know.
So, what else?
I don't know. I was just tired. I was tired yesterday. I went hard at my grandmother's birthday party. You know what I mean?
What does that mean?
I just drank wine and
Okay.
whiskey and like beer, and then the next day I was like, I don't want to fucking talk to anybody.
And you coughed on your grandmother and
Yeah, I know. No, she's
shook your
fine.
mailman's
She's fine.
hand.
She's 88 now.
Wow.
Oh, speaking of mailman, I was thinking that it's funny because like, have you ever tipped a mailman?
No. What
No, exactly.
are you talking
But
about?
I
I
like
don't think I've
how
ever seen a mailman. It would make me uncomfortable. If I made eye contact with my
Yeah.
mailman,
But you know how
sounds
that's a
weird.
thing. People tip their mailman. You know.
Sure, we had a milkman when I was a kid. That's how intimate. I grew up in the 20s. We had glass bottles placed on the top.
Spit shining the old milk jar and then just filling it right back up.
Yep.
No, but I think it's funny how we tip our mailman, but like, has anyone ever tipped a garbage man? You know,
Yeah, put a 20 on the top of the
on top of it, yeah.
and hope he doesn't throw it out.
No, that's garbage. That's garbage. It's not for you. It's garbage. Don't throw it out. Don't touch it. Don't
Yeah.
fucking touch it.
You can take whatever you want out of the can, no problem. Don't worry
Yeah.
about it. That's my favorite of you. Your pick.
That's my fucking.
Yeah, man. It's so
Yeah.
fucking funny. No, I don't think anyone tips any of those. I guess they do tip the mailman. but
People
not-
do tip the mailman.
They work hard. Yeah, it's fucking.
They walk a lot, man.
walk a lot, and like you see them get to my area where you have those crazy loopy
Holy
stairs.
fuck,
Like you imagine being the plateau. You remember the guy's legs who does the plateau? He must
Just
be
calves like your head.
Yeah, exactly.
The calf has a nose and a mouth on it. It becomes a sentient
Yeah.
being.
He has the baby pattern between them because they rub together because they're so fucking
God,
thick. He
dude.
can't manage it.
I've noticed that mailmen wear shorts well into the winter, but with like an Under Armour legging underneath.
Yeah, they must.
They do. I've seen them. They wear
Oh.
shorts and like hiking boots in the winter. They're
That's
crazy,
So dumb.
like a football player.
Yeah, I'll tell
Ba-na-na,
you what,
ba-na-na.
it's not a. I know it's like pay wise, it's technically not the worst job.
I
but
think they do
anything-
well.
anything that has a uniform, nevertheless shorts as the uniform.
And no gun.
No, yeah, at least give me a gun if you're giving me shorts.
Honestly, I think a mailman should have a gun over a cop.
I guess I don't know.
You never know what that mail's gonna do, baby.
I watched 2 videos on that fucking criminal psychology channel of these 2 white guys who managed to shoot at black guys with their legal firearm, and they're like, there's video on
not
both
fun.
of them, and they are fucking, it's crazy. And then watching them try to lie their way out of self-defense in a
Right.
like it's crazy when there's actual video of what happened. It's insane. It's like, well, you see, and the one guy's just making everything up. He goes, he called me a cracker. You see, so I had to retaliate.
So yeah, so you understand how I had to stand my ground.
Dude, he called it self-defense. He shot at the car 5, 6, 7 times or something like that. The car reverse drove off. He stood out of his car and continued shooting at it while it was driving away. And he's like, yo, it's self-defense.
Self-defense, dude.
It's so fucking crazy.
He was gaining speed to come back at me.
Yeah, it's so ridiculous.
That's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, some crazy shit that I watched for
Yeah.
no reason. I don't know. I gotta be careful, though. You gotta be careful if you're gonna get a firearm. Would you ever own a gun?
No, never. Now that I say that, yes,
Yeah.
don't home invasion me. I have several weapons.
I like the people who have a baseball bat right next to it. Like, I know a few guys who just keep a baseball bat near the front door as like, they're like, you know what's there for. Like, you know.
Yeah.
My pot dealer has that, like this baseball bat right next there. The guy can't move. He's always injured. Every time I see him, he's crippled. He literally is limping more than the last. Like, what are you going to do? What are you doing with that, man? You're just going to make him more angry, whoever already got in. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He's not going to get scared by the guy with no ability to swing and no ligaments in his ankles. They just keep rolling on themselves, you know?
Also, what I think that's so funny is if you're sleeping and someone just broke into your house, you just gave them a weapon. You're like, I leave the weapons.
Oh,
at the
I'll
entrance.
take this. Yeah, sure. I didn't come prepared, but now
There's a knife and a gun. You choose how you want to kill me. There's a wrench and a lead pipe and a candlestick.
And a candlestick, yeah.
Come find me in the
conservatory.
Yeah, classic. Because every apartment, every 3.5 in St. Henry has a conservatory.
That's the one thing about the southwest borough of Montreal is that everyone's got a great room and a conservatory and a library.
Yeah, we're known for it.
That's why they have to put the staircases of the building outside just to conserve that space, you know?
So great. 88, man. 88's you know.
My grandmother?
Too. Yeah, my grandmother's older sister is still alive, and she sent a video. She sent a video today.
How old is this fucking lady, dude?
Yeah. She's like, I guess she's in her ones.
Your grandma's
now.
like 93, right?
94, yeah.
94.
So her older, I don't know. She's it's a good question. I don't know how old she is. She's definitely 97, probably.
So your little known fact about the Spiro family is that they actually came from the States, and your grandmother's older sister lived through the Civil War, and then they moved to Germany for peace.
Yeah.
And that's when the Holocaust happened.
Yeah. And then I don't know. But it's too bad. Like they're long. Like they stay alive a really long time. These people, man. But they're not.
Not happy about it.
I'm not blood related to them, so I don't even get that strength of cells or anything.
Your
like that.
mom's adopted. I forgot.
Yeah, so it's all like it's not actual. Anyways, so she sent a video. My mother's turning 60, which is also I can't like. I'm pretty shocked that my mother is already 60 years old.
Right, because she had you when she was 12, so you're almost
12
there.
years old. Yeah, so it's pretty crazy. It was a crazy time.
Yeah.
Because I'm the second child, so you can only imagine how hard her life was.
Right. What's that called? It's Irish twins. I think what's within a year of each other.
Irish twins.
Imagine being pregnant for 9 months, and then within 4 or 5 months, you're just like, well, the old guy barely moved out. There's still a couple things plugged in there. But you know, make it your own. Make it your own. You can put a new coat of paint up there if you want, but he just painted.
Look, we're gonna have to charge you the hydro rate of last year's tenant because.
Yeah, power bill was a little high. He was running some shit through here. He shouldn't have been running through here, and he wasn't supposed to have a blender. Let's just say that.
Yeah, I think but also like anyways, I was thinking about this time with my mother when I once tried to sneak out of like school for the day, and my mother worked full time, and so I figured like she drops me off and then I just go back home. I used to skip school a lot. It was kind of like there was an attendance sheet that went around high school, and each teacher had to mark down if you were there. If you were
Right.
on the attendance sheet in the morning and tried to skip a few classes in the middle of the day, you get caught, because they would see
Right.
your name. But if you just didn't go to the first class in the morning, now all of a sudden your name's not on the attendance sheet, so you could like get away with not going in. They didn't call parents and anything. Also, I was kind of on suicide watch, so they didn't want to fuck with me. Like keep the Jew alive.
That's the main thing. I was gonna say because like most teachers are able to tell if one or two guys are not there within a 25-person classroom. There's like those faces stand out. There's no way they didn't know.
Yeah, I got away with it a lot. And my mother was always at work all day. So like I literally, she would drop me off. I go, bye, mom. I'd like pretend to walk to school. And then
Right.
I'd turn around, walk home and make sure she wasn't at work. So like was already at work. And I just chill at home all day, leave before she would get back and come home at like 5, go hang out with a friend or something. Or like come back 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, whatever. So one time I
Yeah.
did this, I'm home. And I'm like, I think I'm watching porn, like a VHS porn tape in the basement, and
That you stole from your friend's parents' bedroom. Yeah.
yeah, or from my father, who knows?
Yeah.
And I went up, and
That's
like,
weird that you'd watch him jack off, but that's anyways. Keep going.
yeah, exactly what it is. This is just he records.
Oren, this is how you do it. Now press record.
He records his chat roulette sessions, and I watch.
Hey, no.
And I so like my mother like came home and I heard the garage door opening and freaked out and just like went to run and hide wherever I could. And it was like for some reason I didn't want to hide in my room, so I just ran upstairs and hid in my little sister's closet. Okay, and my mom came home, saw the porn tape, but it didn't get me in trouble because she just figured I left it there for the night before or something like that. And she came upstairs and she started questioning if maybe I was home because of the tape and some ideas. So she's like, Oren, and I'm hiding in this closet, like most of my adult life, hiding in a closet.
Yes, exactly. Thank you.
You're welcome. And I'm in this closet and I'm trying not to make noise. And I figure my mother's gonna go to the bathroom or something. When my mother had when the Spiros, when this family goes to take a number 2, we're not coming out for 25 minutes. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, don't expect to see me for a while if I go into the bathroom.
Yeah.
Like Harley knows if she sees me go to, like my girlfriend knows if I go to take a shit, she better get anything done she needs done in that bathroom before, like, because like it's not available for a while.
Yeah.
So I was hoping that would happen. She'd go to the bathroom and I would just like run out the door, run out the window. She would just think it was a burglar and be scared to death, but it's okay. I wouldn't be in trouble.
That's what you want to do, your mother, you fucking freak.
Well, I mean, like she'd hear the door close or open. She'd probably have a panic attack if the front door just made noise while she was in the bathroom. But the opportunity never showed up. And I just stayed in the closet because I'm so stubborn and didn't want to get in trouble. I stayed in the closet, and I kid you not, for 4 to 5 hours, just sitting in the closet. Eventually, I fell asleep. And I woke up, and I think I made a bit of a noise by accident. And my mother heard it. She's like, "Is that?" And she came in. And she just opened the closet door, and there I was, just sitting in a fetal position because there was no room for anything.
Yeah,
like in the
that's
closet.
So sad, dude.
Just sitting
this
there.
Is not a good story.
And she just looks at me. And she just looks at me. She's like, the whole day, the entire day, because she knows that nothing happened.
Fuck.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. So funny. She still remembers that. Like, it's like there's no room to get mad when you're just looking at an idiot. Just a fucking idiot. And you're like, what the fuck's wrong with you?
That's the thing, man. I think about like if ever I have kids and like how do you discipline them? It's like because I know everything they like. I don't know if I'm just gonna be better in my head at like relating with how stupid you are as a teenager and as a kid,
right?
Or if I don't know if my parents forgot what it was like, but it's like I don't know. I feel like I got in so much more trouble as a kid than I would allow myself to get. I won't get that angry. It's impossible because I know what it was like.
Yeah, I don't know. You think that, but
you think that. Who knows until you get there?
It's super frustrating. Watch someone just make bad decisions for themselves. You know what
yeah,
I mean?
I can't imagine.
No matter how much like that it's part of life and they have to do it. It's just so difficult to watch someone. Even being an older sibling, you turn into a bit of an asshole sometimes. You turn preachy because you're just like, just listen, please, just listen. But it's also it's because like here's the truth: adolescence doesn't matter.
It doesn't at all, dude. Unless you like get hooked on fucking heroin or some shit, like.
That's like someone telling someone like while you're punching them in the face that in 4 years from now this is not going to matter. You know what I mean? It's like okay,
right? No, it's like the worst pain.
Yeah, it's that's what I was trying to say. That it'll matter the least out of everything that happens in your life, but it's gonna hurt the most. Like so, it means
Yeah,
the
in the
most while it's
moment.
happening. Yeah,
Yeah,
you don't understand.
absolutely.
And it's kind of like a
Absolutely.
baby, like you know how baby, like I think Louis has a kind of a joke that I don't remember the joke, but the idea behind it was that like every emotion that a baby goes through is like when it's the worst moment of a baby's life is the
Yeah.
truest thing you could say because it's only had like 7 moments. You know what I mean?
Right.
So everything that comes in is so intense. That's why when like you fall in love as a teenager, you have no idea what you're dealing with because you're gonna do this a bunch of times most likely in your life. You know what I mean? But it doesn't
Yeah.
feel like that. It feels like this is the one thing that never. I remember like yelling at my parents, like, "They do you even know?" like, can I go to my girlfriend's house today? They're like, "No, you have to stay home till you're grounded." I'm like, "You know," like instantly, like
You
freaking
see,
out.
like as a teenager, I knew that every feeling I had was fucking stupid.
Yeah, I think I
I
did too,
just
but
knew that.
yeah.
I don't I'm sure it's a common thing. I can't like but I just knew that I was fucking stupid as hell and I wouldn't be smart until I was like mid-20s or something, you know?
Yeah.
Like I just like I would cuz you watch all these shows where it's like that's all that everyone says and it's like well they must be right because I
Yeah,
thought
yeah,
everything
yeah.
you saw on TV
Yeah.
was just real, you know?
Yeah, because
And
I was delusional. I was like, I still thought that like as a teen in my adolescence, I was gonna prove everybody that there was this genius here that no one was seeing. You know what I mean? Like they just didn't
never
realize
had that
that
for a moment.
that I was not that they're not on the same wavelength as me, you know? And when they're gonna realize like, oh, now I get it. He was a genius. Oh, now I see. That Spiro kid, genius. But instead I
Dude,
got most ridiculous.
yeah. No, I never had that for a second because like on my report cards, it was like, you know, you had like your letter grade and then you had your effort grade and everything was just B, 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 3 out of 5, 3 out of 5, 3 out of 5, 3 out of 5. And I was like, I'm barely trying, but I'm not trying. I'm just coast. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. I just had it ingrained in me that I was like average, baby.
I think it's pretty like we had in elementary school we had report cards that weren't letter graded. They were like they had like a different structure. They were very
Mine was
simple.
out of 20
So you had
in
points.
elementary school.
Ours was just this letter structure that was like you got an NI or an SH or something like that. And NI stood for needs improvement. And there was like one that was like D something that was bad, like dysfunctional something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I used
You
to
got a
like,
lot of those, eh?
dude, even as a kid, and when I was like in elementary school, I was just an innocent kid. I wasn't a troublemaker at all. All I wanted to do was spend time by myself in my room, leave me the fuck alone. Like that was,
Right.
you know. And I used to get NIs, like the entire report card was NI. Like it gives me nightmares. Still, like the feelings I would get when I used
Yeah.
to check that report card before I would go home with it. I knew I had to talk to my parents about it. By
Yeah.
the time I was a teenager, I was so much more like accustomed to like this shitty report card. They're gonna freak out. I knew like I was used to the whole system. Like my parents didn't have a calendar. They didn't know when we were getting report cards, but they knew if I didn't show up home until like 8:30 that night or something, like managed to go to a
That was
friend's house
report
for
card day.
dinner. Yeah, they knew that like, oh, he's just avoiding coming home because
By the way, that whole B thing, that was like me as of like 14. There was a like I told like from 8 years old to like 13, I hit every report card I could.
oh yeah?
Because yeah, I just started failing at like when I was like 8 or 9 years old because I stopped trying in school.
yeah.
And yeah, and I hit like there was one report card in like fourth grade that I hit for like 2 months. And my mom shows up to school and she never picked me up at school and she showed up to pick me up at school and like marched towards my teacher and was like, so when's that spring report card? It's like fucking June. And my teacher looked at me and then my mom looked at me and the next day I got pulled out of class to the principal's office and my parents were sitting there and I was
Right.
like, oh fuck.
Oh right, that's when you were forging signatures, like you.
Yeah,
like you
yeah.
were
I was
saying.
forging signatures in my report card because we had like weekly report, like little fucking report cards
Such
too.
bullshit.
Yeah. So
We
like,
had we would often have to get our parents to sign our agendas. Like you know how you had your homework pad and you had to like
right.
we had these homework pads and like you had to write your homework and at the end of every day when you were a shitty student like I was, your parents had to sign it to see that at least they knew that you had homework that night so
Right.
they could blame them instead of blaming you moving forward,
Yeah,
I guess.
yeah.
And I like for like literally half the year signed every single one for my mother. And then they called me in and they told me I had to show it to my mother. I remember like that feeling of just that fuck. And that reminds me a lot of what I was watching on these criminal videos of these fucking
Right.
people
That's
knowing they're
exactly
guilty,
right. Yeah.
knowing they're getting caught, and still fighting with everything they could possibly find. And the most frustrating was one woman who killed her fucking kids and completely lied about it and spent her whole life lying. Like she lied to her parents about going to college. And when their parents found out, they threw a fake college graduation party so the community didn't know that she didn't go to college. Like
No way.
that's the kind of atmosphere she was brought up in. And so that same person lied about killing her kid and just continued lying. There was so much evidence, just lie, and
Right.
somehow her fucking lawyers got her off of it. Just
No
convinced.
way. Is she in jail now?
No, she got out of jail. She just
Don't
managed
tell
to
me that
escape it.
shit.
It's crazy, dude. You watch it, you want to kill because like you're watching the whole thing confident at the end of this she's going to
Yeah,
jail.
they're gonna get away. Yeah, they're not gonna get away with it.
But when she does,
Fucking-
because the lawyers are so genius, they just like really like, it's into it. If you don't know exactly how this person, if you are creating any part of this story that you're not positive about, then you're not positive, and we can't put her in jail. You know, if you think she did it, then she's innocent. You have to know she did it. You know what I mean? Like,
right. No, it's beyond a reasonable doubt. That's
right.
the
So you
language or
really
whatever.
push that idea that there's no actual evidence showing how she did the killing. So then how could we say she's guilty? And it's crazy.
Right.
How could we say it's so fucking obvious? It's crazy. She waited 30 days to call the police. Nobody called the police. Her mother called the police after 30 days when her mother was like, "Where's my grandchild?" And she's like, "Oh, she went missing." And then she's like, "We have to call the police." She's like, "Okay, let's call the police." And 30 days, and somehow still, it's crazy.
I don't like
man.
this.
Yeah, sorry, but it
That's
is
brutal.
directly relates to that feeling and why I think I kind of enjoy watching it because they're in the ultimate amount of trouble, and I just remember being in
Right,
high
and-
school, like just sitting there, knowing.
I mean,
Yeah.
fuck. I had that feeling from like 8 years old to like 13, probably 12, and then I did it again like my second year of university, where it's I failed like everything because I stopped trying.
Yeah.
I just hated business school and I fucking failed out of business school. And then like I had to go to a class that taught you how to study. It was like just me and the dumbest fucking people I've ever met in my life who were like trying hard at school and just couldn't fucking do it.
Yeah, you're like, my problem is that I don't try. Like that's so funny.
It's because I fucking hate this shit.
Yeah.
Anyways, dropped out of business school, but yeah, like I hid my report card, my fucking final grades, where like like the report card that said you're expelled from university or you're on academic probation for 3 years and you can't come back.
Yeah.
I hid that shit for like 2 months from my parents. I just couldn't come to grips with it. It
Yeah,
was fucking rough.
because you can't imagine. Oh my god, I'm about to do another fucking relevant turn to the same channel that I've been talking about this entire episode.
Yeah.
Because there's an episode about this Asian girl who tries to get her parents killed, and she sets like her parents are crazy, won't let her do anything. They're
Right.
killing her for not doing well in school or whatever. She has this boyfriend. They hate the boyfriend. They're like, either you come live with us and never leave the house, or you get nothing back from us. So she's like, you get no support from us. So she decides to go live with them, but also fucking organizes a hit from her boyfriend for 3 guys to come into the house and kill her parents and make it look like a robbery. She sets the whole thing up. They come in, but don't manage to kill the father, but they manage to kill the mother. And she's sitting there in this fucking interrogation room doing this whole fucking act about how they came in and tied her up and all this stuff. And they're fucking like breaking down these lies while she's just fucking putting up these walls. It's hilarious. And she just keeps on with the lying. Like even when they know it's her, she eventually tries to say that the lie was that she hired them to kill her. And then it all went wrong because she was so depressed. She wanted to die. But was worried she couldn't.
That's the worst
suicide.
fucking lie in the world.
So funny. It's
What
like,
do you mean, dude?
Yeah, obviously you got caught. You are a moron.
There's like just go buy heroin off a dude on the street and do all of it at the same time, or jump off of whatever. I'm not gonna give you ideas how to kill yourself, but yeah.
Dude, everybody watch JCS Criminal Psychology, and then we're gonna turn this podcast into
actually let's just
recap.
review that. For
Yeah, exactly.
To round out the end of the year, it's Christmas time. People are sad. Let's put bad ideas into their head. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's
no. Everybody be happy. Christmas coming. Santa Claus, the elves, all that shit. You know,
got my tree. I got my menorah to celebrate the miracle of Hanukkah. And it's pretty like the tree's kind of nice. It's kind of cute.
Yeah.
Kinda puts the room together, you know.
You know how you got mad at me for buying my girlfriend's Christmas present like 2 months early?
Yeah.
Yeah. She just broke down today. She's like, let's fucking open it. So we opened up the espresso machine today.
That
A
is
month
so
early.
funny, and that is exactly what happens. I got my. She doesn't listen to this, and she's not here right now, so I don't have to worry about it. I got her a gift
Yeah.
that literally like would have been so useful in a moment a few days ago that it's like
Yeah.
it's so ridiculous that I'm not giving it to her now, so it makes her life easier now as opposed
Right.
to like waiting, you know. And also, it's like we also like twice before this, have bought gifts for each other early, and we're just like looking at each other bored one day. We're like, I want to give you a gift.
Yeah,
It's like,
exactly.
just give
Who
each
gives
other
a shit
gifts.
about Christmas? You know what I mean? Like, it's been fucking, I don't know, we're a month away. I've had it in my office for like a month now. Might as well
Mine's-
just give it to her.
Mine's sitting in the trunk of my car because I have nowhere to keep it where she's not going to see it.
Right.
And I have to buy other things too because I was like, I got you this one big thing. She's like, oh, but it's fun when there's like little things under the tree, like lots of things under the tree. I'm like, lots of things cost lots of money.
I am so lucky that even though my girlfriend grew up with a non-Jewish mom, they were like, we're not doing Christmas. I was like,
That's
all right,
beautiful.
sick. I have no, not that whatever, I'd buy her some shit. I got other,
Yeah,
no,
'cause
I don't have any other
I-
things coming.
because this year I've got messages coming like from her family members being like, this is coming in the mail. Can you wrap it to make sure she doesn't see it? I'm like, no and no. Like most likely no what either of those things.
We're home all day,
Yeah.
every day together. She's
Yeah.
gonna see it.
And she's also like looking out for packages, like because I don't know, she's definitely
She got shit
overbuying
for you.
me. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
annoyed. She's gonna buy me way too many things, and I'm like you know,
And then you lose Christmas.
yeah, exactly.
That's
It's
what it
all a
fucking.
it's so
That's
true.
it. It is a competition because I
It's
don't want to
so
buy anyone
true.
anything because I don't want to get anything. But now, if you get me
too.
something, now the fucking contract is on
Yes,
and it's fucking written in blood and invisible ink and shit.
I fully fucking agree, man. I feel exactly
fucking
the
hate
same
it,
way.
man.
It's
Just give
bullshit.
me cash money if you want to give me something because I.
Imagine your girlfriend giving you cash, like an envelope. Just here you
Dude,
go.
honestly, pretty much what I'm gonna get.
I want to like. She keeps on saying like, I want to buy things for you, but it's pretty much for me too. And I feel like she's talking about a new TV. I'm like, yeah, go buy a new TV. Like that's great. You know?
We'll both enjoy it equally.
Yeah, if you got that kind of cash, go buy a fucking new
Yeah.
TV. Let's do this.
They're cheap, man. I've been selling shit on Marketplace, and I sold the TV for like $60 because you can pick up a TV for like $200 now.
Yeah,
That's
I
like
want.
pretty good
I want
quality.
I want like a 60-inch. I want a nice big.
Sick. It's only $500-$600. It's not crazy. It's nothing crazy.
Sick, bro. I think I'm gonna go
Only
see it.
$500-$600. It's a good amount of money, but I'm
It
saying like
is.
it's not like I know, but the TV I have now probably cost my parents like $1,200 8 years ago, and it still looks fine. You know.
Also, it's like hilarious. If I just didn't order food for 1 month, I could buy anything I want.
I know, dude.
I could buy anything.
My
I want.
girlfriend and I literally just before this podcast, went through all of our Uber Eats orders,
And?
just the history, just to see.
Yeah.
And I hadn't ordered anything before December 14th of last year. That was my first order ever. And,
Yeah.
and it's just 6-7 times a month since then. It's just a fucking like.
We're brutal, man.
Dude, there was 1 month where I ordered pho. I ordered soup every 4 days for the whole month.
You're such a weird. That's
Must
why
have
you
been
have
really
jokes.
sick.
That's why you have jokes about soup and stuff like that because it's all you eat. You're just a
Yeah, I love
fucking
soup,
boring
dude.
soup, dude.
Love soup.
Yeah, no, it's really bad. And I was also now there's DoorDash also, which has like some fancier restaurants on it, and like sometimes I like.
Yeah,
want
and there's
some-
like check please where the money goes all to the restaurant or some shit. So like
Yeah.
I don't know, you try to use that one if you can. Support the sushi people.
Some
who
places
hate your
are
girlfriend.
so yeah, exactly. Some places are actually like kind of getting out of Uber Eats because of the percentage they take.
Yeah, it's 30%, dude.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And that's like mafia money.
Yeah,
It's like Tony Soprano show up to your door and be like, "Hey, fuck yeah, you guys some money for me."
Dude, Uber released the pandemic, man. They wanted their Uber Eats to go.
Hell yeah! Now we're
skyrocket.
talking
Yeah, so they're
cult,
like,
baby. Let's start a cult. Now you're thinking cult minded.
I like that. Yeah, it's most
Yeah.
likely. I'm gonna escape my vehicle. Oh, that's the difference. Scientology says vessel, and Heaven's Gate says vehicle.
All right, dude. Same shit. Vessel is a synonym for vehicle.
I started watching that movie, The Master, but it's very boring.
Yeah, it's boring, but if you're like, into performing, into like, I
Yes.
love Joaquin's performance in there.
And also Philip
Yeah,
Seymour Hoffman.
Philip Seymour's.
How did he die? Heroin?
Yeah, heroin, dude.
Jesus, it's crazy because like one of his last movies, like my girlfriend was saying, was Before the Devil Knows You're Dead or whatever. and then he
Yeah,
was a heroin addict in that movie. I guess he went a
he
little.
was like,
too,
you know what was fun?
Yeah.
You know what was fun?
He went a
Nah,
little
you
too
know what this is
method.
making me think of?
Yeah.
Back in the day when I used to fucking
Yeah.
do this
That
shit.
Daniel Day-Lewis is like, that's not what I was talking about when I said you have to be your character.
Yeah,
Daniel
Daniel Day-Lewis
Day-Lewis-
was just like walking on stilts with like a fucking chin strap beard for months on end. He's like,
Dude.
I'm Abe Lincoln.
His wife hates him. He lived in like a house with no electricity because he wanted to live like Lincoln while he was making the movie. So he
Right.
just smelt like BO, and he probably still like demanded he had sex with his wife. Probably had a slave brought in too, just to make it real.
Mary
authentic.
Todd.
Yeah, it's the funniest story is that he made the crew carry him around the set of My Left Foot because he was.
Did he really?
quadriplegic. Yeah. So he made so like
Nice.
the stage handlers had to like carry him from place to place, and he was like, "Move me over there." I like that he's the character from
There Will Be Blood.
yeah
head.
while he's also playing this being an asshole like all the time. That's who he is.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
I watched what's it called, Gangs of New York, and he's the only good part of that movie. It's
Yeah,
great.
he rules. That movie was great when I was 11, and I thought it was the greatest movie ever made because you saw tits and there's a lot of blood.
It's really not.
It's pretty good. It's not horrible.
It's not horrible. It's a bit campy and a bit cartoony, and
Yeah.
and especially for a Scorsese movie, as like there's a lot of scenes in there that I feel like just in the war scene at the beginning, it's all over the place. But I mean, Daniel Day-Lewis is so bad.
Yeah, he fucking rules. Yeah.
Oh, it was
Fuck,
just
did I watch
jerking off
last-
to his
oh.
mustache.
Yeah. Hell yeah, dude. Last night I watched Dark Waters, which is Mark Ruffalo, investigative lawyer who.
Yeah, what he plays two people. Like
No, he just plays himself, and he basically
plays
Teflon's
himself.
bad. Yeah, he plays himself.
He's Mark Ruffalo.
He plays lawyer Mark Ruffalo. He
Yeah.
plays environmental defense lawyer Mark Ruffalo.
Yeah, what's it called?
It's called Dark Waters.
Is
Are
it
you gonna
good?
watch it? It's on Crave. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Basically, you're gonna throw out your fucking Teflon pans after you watch it, though. That's all that's gonna happen.
Oh yes, I do remember this whole thing.
Yeah, it was like I like how it was like 2003. They were like Teflon causes cancer, and then we just kept you. I don't know. Is
Yeah.
it different? Is it a different Teflon? Am I
No.
still? We're all gonna die. Whatever. Who gives a shit, right?
Exactly. No, as I
My
suck,
eggs. I don't like it when they stick to the fucking pan. You know.
as I suck this cartridge of God knows what into my lungs.
Exactly.
I don't know how much I can
Yeah.
complain at a certain point.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I watched that show that you told me not to watch.
Which one?
What was it called about the guy who gets arrested, who like wakes up and there's like a dead.
Oh, the night of.
Night of.
Yeah.
Holy shit, was that a garbage show? I've
Yeah.
never.
The first episode was good.
Yes, it starts off. You're like, what's gonna happen?
Yeah,
you know?
so you're like, this is a classic HBO show, baby. Let's get into it. John Leguizamo's got a weird foot thing or whatever. Is that John Turturro? What's his name?
Yeah, John Turturro. Yeah,
Yeah, John Turturro's got a weird foot thing. It's gonna be a good thing, whatever.
Yeah, it's quirky. It's dangerous. I'm into it.
It's an allegory for the broken system of the whatever judiciary system.
Yeah, and then it just becomes this cheesy like at the in two, and not even. I think in a montage, he goes to jail and becomes this badass guy who's like bald and doing crack. And
I forgot about that.
And now he's talking to Omar every day. Obviously, like, dude, there's two black people casted in this. They're both from The Wire. HBO's racist.
HBO has their guys that they like.
Yeah, they literally went like Omar's going to be the big badass and that teaches him how to be a badass. And then there's another guy in it, and then it's just the worst. And like I think the whole point was like don't be Muslimophobic. That's like literally I think what the whole thing was. Just they just wanted to be like you shouldn't.
I forget. Did he do it in the movie? Do we know?
I don't think he did.
Okay. Did you finish it?
I did. I finished it. I don't even remember. That's how.
Exactly. It's one of those shows where it's fucking out your fucking. It's out your brain the second it finishes.
It's so bad, Jason. It ends where he didn't do it. He gets let out, and then he's like free, but now he's all changed from jail, and it just ends with him smoking a crack pipe, and it just ends with him lighting the crack pipe. Like how cheesy could you imagine? Like how cheesy it is.
Because the system doesn't fix you; it breaks you. After
exactly.
all.
So don't be Muslimophobic.
So don't be. Yeah.
That's the whole thing. It
won't affect you whatsoever, but it will ruin some guy's life.
Dude, it was so
Yeah.
bad. I was really insulted by the whole thing. That's what's crazy. I could watch that whole thing, and it's crazy. So much money put into it, HBO, and I'm like, this is garbage. I watch like 7 videos from some guy on YouTube, JCS, and I'm like, this is what's changing the world. Like this guy deserves all the money, you know?
Yeah. I'll
So
just
funny.
keep watching Are You the One? MTV's Are You the One?
Exactly. Well, I mean, at least watching this stuff, I start to understand reality shows a little bit more because it's reality is the bottom line. There's something about watching garbage fiction that you're like, what am I even doing right now?
Exactly.
You know? Like,
whereas like if you see a real person on the screen, you're like, I fucking hate this person.
Yeah,
He's out
exactly.
there.
Yeah.
I have a fucking vested interest in this. It's not like I can blame some writer for turning, I don't know, fucking
You can blame the
whatever.
editor. You can blame the editor instead.
Yeah.
Imagine these guys who are going through hours and hours
Of people fucking under sheets and like that's
Just
one
say-
thing that I did realize from these shows, these reality dating shows,
Yeah.
is that just fuck on top of the covers. They can't show a thing. If
Yeah,
you
yeah.
start giving a guy a head under the covers, they're gonna show you creeping down towards his
That's
dick.
true. So just
under
get
the
butt
covers.
naked and just go for it
Just
straight
fuck on
up.
top of everything. Fucking in the kitchen. You know?
But they don't just blur
Maybe
I
haven't seen that.
like a Hong Kong porn or something like that.
Like,
Like a
it's wrong
Japanese
country,
porn.
but yeah, Japanese porn.
Why Chinese people they don't it's not censored? I guess no.
I don't think there's Chinese porn.
Oh, it's true. Well, there is, but it's like you go to jail.
Oh, that's for one guy in a red room. That's the only guy who gets to see it. It's Mao or whoever the fuck.
I think
we
I
have any
saw-
downloads in China last week? Should we not be talking shit?
I think I told
It's
you
just-
when I was in
It's just
Thailand.
Dusseldorf.
When I was in
Sorry.
Thailand and I watched that porn, and when I was like alone in my hotel room and I wanted to watch porn. I went to Pornhub or whatever, and I got that message on my browser that was like,
Yeah.
"This is by the king of Thailand." And I remember like just seeing like a message that by the king of Thailand. I'm like, "Oh my god, this is scary. I'm gonna go to jail forever."
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. That's funny. Thailand. I want to go back. I want to travel again. People are going away, man. People are going to like Mexico
know.
for all inclusives and just like quarantining when they get back. Because what the fuck's the difference at this point?
Yeah, I guess, like, but also, I don't know. Fuck, I would look at the country and see how it's doing over there. But again, if the country's doing well, they're not letting us in. So, like, you're gonna go to a country that's not doing well. You know what I mean?
Like it's just imagine if you get it, you're getting it in Mexico. Like you get that's where you are.
And you get the bad one, where
Yeah.
it's like your fucking leg stops working because you have just a blood clot and you're having
Yeah.
a stroke and like you can't.
Oh,
Yeah, like you have to amputate your leg in some fucking Tijuana
with a machete
waiting
yeah,
room.
Exactly.
Yeah. Fucking Christ, man.
Yeah, who needs that shit?
I don't know. Like, there's that like nurse from Montreal who went to Cuba and she got murdered.
Yeah, I remember that.
Remember, it happened last week.
Oh, I was thinking about. Oh no, it's true. I was thinking about in Mexico actually a little while ago. That just happened.
Yeah, just like last week or 2 weeks ago, some poor fucking nurse, I think, some like frontline worker went to.
Well, I
Cuba.
was home that night. I wasn't.
Uh,
I don't know what you're talking about Cuba. I wasn't anywhere.
yeah.
That's scary as fuck. There was a woman who got beat up by like almost to death by some guy in Mexico at a resort, and my girlfriend was at that resort when it happened.
No way.
Yeah,
Fuck.
she was there. And like the next day they
That's-
wake up, there's cops everywhere. They were really trying to hide it. It's like, nobody worry, Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad. That's all I know.
Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas.
Yeah, it's like not wrong time of year. It was just the cutest fucking little group that used to come in every year at the restaurant I worked at every like time during this time of year, and they come in with their little ukulele and be like, Feliz Navidad.
No
It's
way.
make me laugh.
Little mariachi band.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Were they hired by you or they just like showed up?
Yeah, I heard. No, they're just
No,
showed
not
up. They-
you, but the tavern or whatever.
No, they just showed up. They went to restaurant to collect the little thing and donations, and they were like women. They were like these 3 little women.
Oh, okay.
I was gonna say they're Filipino, but does that even make sense? I don't know. Maybe it does.
Maybe the person who the building manager at my old building was Filipino, and like everything that like you
Must have
threw
been a
out, she was
clean
like,
building.
"This is going."
Thank you very much.
Well, I mean, she did make her teenage kids sweep the halls and shit. That was the deal, I guess. They got to live there for free, and then the kids swept the halls, and I don't know. Point is, everything that went to the garbage that looked like it was in garbage, she was like, "I'm bringing this to church." That's what's happening.
Dude, I remember I once had this neighbor. I lived in an apartment on Gee in Sherbrooke.
Damn.
And it was not the best apartment, but I had this neighbor. These Asian family. I think they were Chinese. like they had 2 kids and a couple, and they always kept their front door open, wide open. They just left it open all the time. They're like, this is we own we live in the whole building, and they're
Right.
always cooking, obviously, and the fucking place reeked, man. It was just
Not even good shit.
no, it was very like fishy, always very fishy smelling. Like, you know,
Okay.
it's not like not as bad as like curry or something like that, but I mean, whatever. So
Yeah,
I
it
had,
didn't like seep through the walls. At least it just like stayed to wherever their door opened, type of thing.
yeah, and they medium embarrassed me. It was one of my first apartments. When I invited people over, I was pretty excited, you know, like to invite someone to my place, but I knew they'd have to pass by the open hallway of like this Asian family listening
Of
to
the fish, yeah.
yeah, like and like hearing sizzling and yelling in the background, and some kid practicing piano 24/7, dude, always.
Yeah,
It was
just
just
the
a guy like
rotation of
just
kids.
like, and you're like do with sizzling and fish smells, and I was
Right.
like so like nervous about it. And so one time I invited this girl over, and I was really excited about, you know, like her coming by. Was, you know, I think she was going to touch my penis. I was looking forward to that. So
Yeah.
I'm like setting up my place, trying to make sure it's really nice, looking good. Keep on like peering out, and like keep on peering out my what lookhole
Yeah, peephole.
peephole. Yeah, lookhole. So it sounds dirty. For some reason.
Lookhole's not good. Peephole's also not good, but whatever.
Yeah,
That's the
it's
one
true.
we
Yeah,
chose.
yeah.
So
Yeah. So like keep on looking out, like because I think she's coming over soon, and I look, and then I see that there's just like a somebody sitting on a chair right in front of my apartment. Okay. And I'm like, what is that? And then I look again, and it's the mother giving her kid a haircut. But she doesn't want to give her a haircut in the apartment. I wonder why. Because the hair makes a mess everywhere.
Yeah.
So I'll just do it in the hallway. So she literally starts cutting her kid's hair in the hallway, and I'm freaking out because she's due any second. She's supposed to show
Right.
up, and now she
But
has
then,
to
like,
walk.
you can't just start yelling at a mother and child, because then this girl's just like, is this what you do on your spare time? Is just yell at a young family?
Yeah, and also I'm so afraid of confrontation. I can't even like I
Right.
can't even. I'm like hiding. I'm like no. And then so eventually it does happen. She like comes in, and she has to walk around this kid getting a haircut and come into my apartment. She's like, "What the
Right.
fuck was that?" She literally brings in hair from the hallway into my
on her
just like
feet. Yeah.
thin strands of Asian hair into my apartment.
You're a murder suspect now, and now you watch a lot of videos to make sure that you're not going to be fucked over.
So I remember like the next day, I left my apartment, and I was like, if there's hair all over the goddamn hallway, I am gonna lose my shit. Like, it's so
Right.
gross. I can't manage it. So I walk out, and I instantly like start looking, and I don't see hair right away. And I look in the corners, and I'm like, okay, fine. At least they cleaned it up, right?
Right.
So we're on the second floor. So I start walking down the stairs, and then I notice that they just brushed all the hair over the fucking
Yeah.
floor, just on, and all our hallway and every fucking floor on the way down the stairs just covered in fucking their kids' hair.
Hell
So
yeah.
fucking gross, man. It used to piss me off. And then it really was the last straw. So one day I was walking by, and I was so angry, and I was like, "You guys," I was like, "You're loud." I just like yelled like that, "You're loud." And I walked like back into my place. And then one time I stole a bottle of water because they had the pack of 24 waters just in the hallway because they kept their door open all the time. And I was trying to teach them, you can't keep your door open all the time.
Right.
So I
But
stole.
they didn't notice the one bottle missing.
No, they did. And they left me a
Oh.
note being like, "You are extremely rude. I can't believe you stole from us." But it's just so funny because I'm holding in all this anger on them.
Yeah,
from a
they have no
year
idea.
Yeah, they have no idea. There's like, and I can't even express myself. So I'm just fuming from the fucking head. Nothing ever came of it, but I thought it was a good time.
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
All right, dude. My sushi's here. I'm gonna go eat. 7:40. I'm
Enjoy your
hungry.
food, guys. Do anything you want. Like us if you do. Hate us if you do. Bye.
It's a come on, subscribe. Come on.
Yeah, we have a new website. Go. I want to
Oh,
see
yeah.
your clicks. I'm tracking you on heat maps
Are
and
you?
Google Analytics. So I want to see some clicks on the new website, friendshiphour.com.
On the website. Everybody go on the website.
Go to the website. Friendshiphour.com. Jason.
Jean-Luc Picard is our programmer.
We'll be live again soon. I promise. We'll be together
Next week.
again.
All right. Goodbye.